This video is for those interested in studying New Testament Greek for academic credit, particularly those that have watched one or more videos in the New Testament Greek Made Easier channel. Hi, Rob McIver here. Let's talk about enrolling in New Testament Greek in the 2025 intake. Each year, as part of my role of Professor of New Testament at Avondale University, I teach a class in New Testament Greek. The topics on the video channel, New Testament Greek Made Easier, follow the topics that we cover in that class. This year, the class begins Australian time on February 26, 2025, and you can enroll in it now. Now, in class, we'll be using the textbook Beginning New Testament Greek Made Easier and doing exercises from it. And as the topics are covered already in the videos, one might ask, why would you want to enroll in class? Well, there are several reasons you might want to think of this. You can, for example, ask me a question live about any problems that you're having with the content. You do exercises and tests which give you regular feedback as to how well you're progressing, and there are a set of deadlines to meet. So at the end of 13 weeks, you'll have made significant progress in learning New Testament Greek. This is quite aside from the fact that many of you will want to use this as credit towards a degree. By the way, you probably want to check with your own institution about cross-crediting before you actually spend money on this. You can study either by distance or on campus. You can pretty much enroll from any country in the world. There are no prerequisites aside from general readiness for university level study. The good news is that the fees for this class are very competitive compared to other regions of the world. For example, the exchange rate between the US dollar and the Australian dollar at the moment is certainly in favour of the US dollar, but more of that in a moment. So, how do I go about enrolling? Well, you go to the website avondale.edu.au and you will find it's made easy if you want to enrol. So if you want to enrol, you click on the Apply Now button. And are you using this for undergraduate credit or postgraduate credit? It's available at 3,000 level and for undergraduate students and 4,000 level for postgraduate students. I don't want to enroll myself, so I won't follow this process any further, but it's reasonably straightforward, and there are people there that are wanting to answer any questions that you have as well. You're probably wanting to know about fees and costs. So we can go to the Study tab, and there is a section there on fees and costs. If you are an Australian student or under some circumstances some Pacific nations or an international student, you can choose one or the other. As you can see, when you compare the international costs with Australian costs, they are somewhat different. Now, in theology and arts, the fee per unit is 4,670. Now, that's Australian dollars. Now, that's good news for many of us, especially if you are paying in American dollars. Well, even if you're not, you probably understand the price of American dollars against your currency. As you know, exchange rates change all the time. So if we bring up xe.com, and the time is now 4:21 a.m. on the 7th of February 2025 in Sydney, Australia. And if I refresh it, I discover that the exchange rate is 1.59, etc. And I can take that exchange rate, let's adjust this time so it's actually the correct time, and put it in this column here, and use that to calculate what $4,670 Australian is in US dollars. So to do that, I take this number and I divide it by this number, and it becomes 2,934 US dollars. Now the fees are the same for both units. BBNT 26110 is the Greek unit you would choose if you're studying a bachelor's degree or an associate degree, an undergraduate degree in other words, or BBNT 46110 is something our students use for credit for master's level work or graduate diploma level work. In the Australian University system, they have what is called a census date, and prior to the census date, you can get a full refund of fees. And the census date is published in everybody's academic calendar, and at Avondale, it's somewhere like 4 to 5 weeks into the semester. You just have to check it out. But this means you can try before you buy, pretty much. You can begin the class, you can see, am I able to keep up? Do I have the hours necessary to study for this unit? Is it helpful to have my exercises marked and to do regular tests that give me feedback? And how am I getting along with my teacher? Is he answering questions sensibly? And am I getting any encouragement by working with a class and seeing my fellow students go through some of the same issues that I am? And if the answer is yes, you stay, and if the answer is no, it hasn't cost you much except time, and you will have learned something along the way, I'm pretty sure. So that's a little bit about studying New Testament Greek for academic credit at Avondale University with Rob McIver as your teacher. I hope to see some of you join the class this year, and if not this year, we start it again next year at the end of February or beginning of March, somewhere in there. Thank you.